No. And, to my point earlier about Jennifer, and I'm not saying you should, but, like I asked you, like, is Jennifer worried for her job? People point to like, okay, Teresa had a problem with Carolyn Manzo. Where is she? People had a problem.
I want to leave. I don't give a shit. You know what? I'm not worried about my job ever. I don't think that way. I just don't think that way.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't.
That's good.
I just don't think that way. I just don't feel like, it's not up to her. It's not up to me. It's not up to anybody but the network.
And it probably helps you show up and have an authentic experience that way, right?
I think it's just being honest, authentic, and showing your real life, and and showing that you evolve.
I would.
I think it's about relationships and being, upfront. I really do think it's about that. And when everyone's like, it's the Teresa show, it's the show. No, it's the Housewives in New Jersey, and the way adult women interact. As crazy as it is, as screwed up as it is, I'm not good without her. She's not good without me. She's not good without Dolores. I'm not good without Melissa. Jackie, Jennifer, we're all good with each other. We're the dynamic that works together.
Yeah.
We're the right spiciness.
And to your point, Jersey's had a great season and is one of the...
We're the best season ever.
Yeah, I would think this has probably been the best season ever.
We have the best ratings.
What about the fact that, so people aren't talking about in the finale, in the final 2 episodes when you guys were on the trip, this pivotal moment, this whole thing happens, Dolores. Now Dolores says, I'm leaving. You say Dolores.
I'm like, you're not going. Yeah, I was upset in that moment because you know why? Dolores is one of my best friends. We see each other all the time. We talk on the phone all the time. And I was going to be heartbroken if she left because I was like, do not leave me. I am devastated. I'm upset. I'm like sitting here in wet clothes and she doesn't need you. Dolores felt like she was going to go calm her down. And I was like, no, you're not. You're going to stay here with me who's having a breakdown, not a breakdown like crying, but like I'm the injured party. I was already there. She's not the injured party. You will stay here with, I was like, you're going to stay here with me. You're going to get me off the ledge. You don't fucking need to get her off the ledge.
And was there any part of you that was like, okay, Dolores, your initial reaction is to go follow Teresa, like, this is your allegiance?
Well, yeah, I was clearly upset, but I was like, and Dolores, Frank Stetcher, Dolores were the hosts, he said the right thing to her, and, and then she stayed.
But that was it. It didn't lead to a bigger, like, oh my God.
No, because listen, I know mine and Dolores' relationship. I'm very confident. And it's not about me or Teresa. It wasn't about that, but I needed her at that moment to feel like, Margaret, you're hurt. And you know what? And I feel, and not that she loves Teresa more, loves me more, whatever, is just that she validated that what happened to me was disgraceful. And that's why I needed her with me. And that's really what it was.
Right. I mean, Teresa's since spoken out and said that, the opposite, like Dolores, it shows that she was disloyal and that she stayed with you.
That's the best thing I've ever heard. Dolores has been nothing but loyal to Teresa, has stood by her. Validate, that's just ridiculous because Dolores is the most loyal, good friend to everybody. You could be a good friend to someone and not agree with what they do. And what Teresa did that day was no one could, if you agree with what she did, it doesn't matter how much I asked Teresa, how much I annoyed her, how much I upset her. It does not validate what she did to me.
No,
I'm sorry, it doesn't. It just doesn't.
When there's glass and there's things being thrown, I think that's...
Yeah, if she threw a drink at me, I'd get wet. It wasn't that. She threw an entire table of food. She cleared the table. Glass could have broken. What would have happened if my face got cut? What if I had, anything could have happened.
Yeah, and you would think like if anyone really did something like this without producers or security, I don't know what the results would be in the real world.
You don't know. You don't know.
Do you think at times Dolores is too loyal to Teresa? Like we all know she wasn't invited.
No, it's not that loyal. I think she gives her a pass because she knows her a long time. I think sometimes she gives her a pass, but I just, they have a long history. I think Dolores and I have a very intimate relationship. We have a very special, intimate relationship. I think I have a special, intimate relationship with most of my friends, because that's the type of person I am. I think that's why I might have a hard time, because I think Teresa does put that block up. I think, she'll say, well, then you're not my friend if you don't know that. You're not my friend if you don't know that. To be, well, then I feel like you're not my friend if you can't be intimate with me and be vulnerable and be yourself.
Do you think like Teresa's ever been vulnerable with you?
I do. I think when I first met her, she was very vulnerable with me. I think she's a hard time being vulnerable. I understand. She's done, listen, and I'm not going to say she's done a lot for this show. She's done a lot. She has revealed herself. She's revealed her life. I don't know why she thinks I want to twist something and hurt her. She could have said anything to me. She could have, instead of like pushing me out, blocking, she could have said, it's like, hey, this stuff is concerning. I'm worried about it, but I love him and I still want this to work out. She could have said anything and it would have been great. But the way I don't know, it's very weird. The whole thing's very weird to me.
If she said to you like off camera, like, listen, can you just ease up?
If she said off camera, could you just ease up, or just like, you know what, I really love him. I'm scared. I'm this, I'm that. I would have said, how can we fix this? If you talk about it, it could be better, look good in the light. Don't lie on camera would be the first thing I would say, which I tried to say, but that didn't work. I mean, to the point of just like when we were at Jennifer's house and she left with the producers and then she came back and said nothing was wrong. I mean, we all just saw it.
Do you think that she is reacting so harshly towards you because she truly knows that something is amiss, possibly?
I think she's reacting so harshly. No, I don't think she thinks that. I think she's reacting so harshly to me because she truly wants to block everything out and doesn't want anyone to talk about it. She doesn't want anyone talking about her life. I think she goes through life, with blinders on and doesn't want anybody talking about it. And she doesn't want to know about it. She doesn't want to know about anything. She doesn't.
I agree with that, but isn't that kind of possibly what landed her in jail?
You know what? I think she signed, I defended her. I do believe she didn't know what she was signing and everything else. Yes, I do. Listen, I don't like to speculate what later. I know I don't blame her. That wasn't of her own doing. I would love her. Listen, I'm brutally honest with myself, like painfully honest with myself. I have to know every dirty detail of everything in my own life where it's like painful, right? That's me. She's the exact opposite.